Wonderful people. All you wonderful people that are not here. All you zero wonderful people. We are starting early today because there's been a lot of technical issues. So I'm going to sit here for 10 minutes and make sure everybody's able to access it. I guess I'll also open up YouTube and make sure it's working properly. Nothing like being the only viewer of your own content live on YouTube. I love it. All right, yeah, we're live. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, it's coming through. It's working. Yeah, it was interesting. I had a bunch of issues with the quality and stuff not working properly, so I had to replace my computer. Finally got a Mac. Like, yes. I know it's way better. Just to make it all work, and then I've reduced the quality to 720p to see that it's working properly, and it seems to be working properly. Oh, look at that! We have 3 people in YouTube. Hello, YouTube people. You are the first people here. Thank you for coming here. I am still going to sit here and waste about 7 minutes of your time. I do apologize. You will get a free sneak peek of things which will not be in the recording. So thank you for being here. I will continue to entertain. But I got to watch the Telegram channel and make sure that people are actually able to join. And if you're just random people that are sitting here watching me, yeah, actually this is funny. This happens on YouTube, doesn't it? Yeah, we're going to sit here and talk about crypto and all this stuff. If you're new here, first of all, I can't even see you. Like, is there a way for me to see who's on YouTube so I can watch you like you're watching me? It's kind of fucked up, isn't it? Like, you sit there and you're watching me and I can't watch you. It'd be really nice if I could see your face. Maybe you're a robot. Maybe you're not real. Salvaje! Bro, can you take her away? Yeah, can you get her out of here? Yeah, our buddy's dog's here, and she's just gonna continue to go wild. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. They're gonna deliver your scooter now. Did he message you already? Okay, perfect.
So I
Just pick her up and take her away. Like, please, just like grab. Yeah, just pick her up like a dog. You know, she's not gonna do anything to you. She's just a little puppy. Yeah, she doesn't mind. Just pick her up. Yeah, exactly. She's like a little baby. There you go. Look at that. And we're taking away the little babies. You know, annoying little baby, but baby. You know. It's funny. I've been raising her. I was raising her for some time while the friends were gone on a trip. So she always comes over, hangs out. Oh, we finally got somebody joining. That means this works in the studio. So those of you that are watching this on YouTube, you probably don't have access to Telegram, and you probably don't have access to the link. But in the description of the video, there is a Telegram channel. There's a link usually posted in there, so you can join the backstage of this, which is where we really hang out. Okay. This is on the YouTube side. You can ask questions and stuff as well. I'll do my best to check it. I think they pop up in the chat on Riverside here. But if you ask the questions inside of the studio, then it's really cool. You know, those are the best questions. All right. Well, oh yeah, I have a special presentation to show you guys. I mean, it's already aired. Hold on, one sec. Shh. Guys, get out of here. Get out. Bye. That's the language they speak here in Bali. Claps and just go like this, go. And then they run away. It's okay. You just need to leave. She'll stop barking. That's all it is. Thank you. Can't, dogs gonna be dogs. Puppies gonna be puppies. And bitches gonna be bitches. What? It's a female dog. They call it bitches. Okay, relax. Jesus Christ. Everything is sensitive. Can't call anybody a bitch anymore. Can't even call a bitch anymore. It's like, I can call my boy a dog. Nobody minds that. Relax. Unloosen your buttholes, people. The world is ending. And I can't say certain words. Because YouTube will not show my streams to everyone. What will I do then? How will I teach people how to make money and sell them courses? It's always funny to me. People are teaching people how to get rich, and then they're selling people stuff. They're like, here's an ad. I'm sponsored by this. Why are you sponsored? Why aren't you sponsored by yourself? If you're truly good at making money, why don't you have it? Why do you run ads? Why do you sell shit? Yeah, I have a fund. Don't fucking join it. I'll never tell you to join it. I don't give a shit. Like, my brand speaks for itself. People want to join. Thank you so much. I appreciate the trust. Yeah, we're going to fucking kill it. But I'm not here to sell it to you. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm good. Right? So, like, that's another... This is what we spoke about last time. This is just going to be ranting for some time while we're having people come in. But then again, that's half the reason why you even tune in, right? Yeah. I forgot what I was saying. I just came back from the gym. My brain is only half worky right now. Yeah, it's like you should be perceptive of the people who are clearly presenting you something, they're presenting themselves as something, and then they're antithetical to it. At least I'm perceptive of it, right? There's so many of these, like, you know, through the journey of getting wealthy, you try 1,000 different things, and then you realize the really wealthy guys like Hormozy give it all away for free, right? And they still make more money because they give it all away for free. And then there's like 1,000 coaches out there. 1,000 coaches. And one of the best comments that I ever heard about all this stuff was like, I was walking behind a couple at these parties that we used to throw, the Omara parties. And she was like, why didn't you go to Ubud? And he's like, it's just a bunch of wounded healers. And I love that. I was like, yeah. It's just a bunch of broken people trying to teach other people how to heal themselves. But they haven't really done it to themselves. You know? If you've gone through the full journey and you've experienced it and you have the depths of it, then you learned it, then you practiced it, then you became a master of it, cool. Then you're a master. Fantastic. You're the type of person who should be coaching people. But there's all these, like, you know, 30-year-old whatever coaches, money coaches. And their money coach is they will get you to buy their course to teach you money. Or there's some people, not going to name them, have a $5,000 subscription to go inside and hear the exact same stuff that's on YouTube, just in more detail, right? And then still lose money. There's $50,000, $80,000, $120,000. There's $200,000 subscriptions per year that still lose money. And those are the people that are the biggest in the world. They're plastered all over the walls to make sure that people don't actually make it, right? Whereas wisdom is free, but it's being whispered. And wisdom that is using actual words, like bitch, or fuck off, or what if we say the word suicide? Oh my God, did you hear that? Oh my God, he said the word suicide. We can't say it. Everybody's doing it, but we can't say it. Because if we say it, then it'll be real. Fuck off is my response. In that accent. Fuck off. Exactly. See, boom, we got people in the house, right? Yeah, it's like because everybody is beholden to the algorithm to get followers. That's how they got people. You're beholden to the advertisers. You're beholden to the algorithms. You're beholden to your followers. So you have to put up and act a certain way and say certain words and don't say other things. Because otherwise you get in trouble. Otherwise you get shadow banned. Bruv. I tell people, look, if you want to speak your mind, get rich first. Like Elon told the pedophiles from Disney to go fuck off. on camera, literally said, "Go fuck yourself," right? And that's like, oh my god, somebody said, "Go fuck yourself." And come on, these are in business. The guys behind the scenes are doing cocaine and fucking hookers and fucking their secretaries and cheating and like everything, throwing midgets at walls, all that like Wall Street, Wolf of Wall Street stuff. That was old school. The stuff that happens in the background would shock and repel and violate the sanctity of most people's minds. Yet, if he comes out on the stage, he's like, "Go fuck yourself." Oh my god! But yeah. Thank you. I'm an alright cunt. When is the bottom for crypto? When is alt season? I'll give you very specific details. Alt season is between now and sometime. The bottom of crypto is between now and a while from now. Not a long time from now, but just a while from now. Look, here, one sec. Oh, okay. The bottom for crypto looks like it's going to be September 11th, 2026. Alt season looks like it's going to kick off. Let's just fucking make it up. 2027. With katanas along the way, with large increases. See, when people say alt season, like we need to really update our vocabulary when it comes to crypto. It isn't Bitcoin and alts. That's the world that was here like 40 years ago, Grandpa. Okay? That was back when like we didn't even have artificial intelligence, when God hadn't arrived. Like you're talking about the age before God arrived. There was Bitcoin and altcoins. After God arrived, it's Bitcoin and another infrastructure network play that does something, and then another infrastructure network play that does something, and then it's tokenized, tokenized market that performs better than all of Wall Street combined 24/7 open, called Hyperliquid, which is don't buy it. You're gonna get fucked. They're gonna collapse hype at some point. But my point is, nowadays there's functional use cases. It isn't just altcoins, right? That's not how this works anymore. I can show this. Look at this. One of the comments is October this year, if 4-year cycle still intact. Yeah. But also from what happened to oil, you can see that it's probably going to be around October, right? Because it takes time for all of that stuff to propagate through the system, the oil shock to propagate through the system. July, the reserve levels and oil levels hit critical. September, they reach a level below which refineries shut down. Okay, so like September looks like that time where things just completely fall off of a cliff and everybody gets scared, and here we go, recession time again, massive recession scare, massive katana for us to catch. No, that's not the recession. There is no recession until the collapse, right? And that's being pushed out farther and farther. So it might be like 2020, end of 2028, closer to even 2029. But my timeline has always been that 2028 time. Now, all the exploits are all starting to sing the tune that I was singing fucking 3 years ago. No, realistically, year and a half ago. Where I told people, hey, this is not a bull run. This is just Bitcoin being pumped by Wall Street. The bull run hasn't even started yet. And it never really started, did you? Mostly, what happened? You're just sitting still in your altcoin. Nothing happened, right? Well, depends on what you did. We made a 6x on XRP. We crushed it. But the coins that pumped during this time, where this wasn't even a real bull run, this was like Bitcoin doing what Bitcoin, like Wall Street doing what Wall Street does to pump Bitcoin. Like, I was saying, hey, this run is an extended run. It goes out until 2028. And I was telling people it's going to take you 6 months to at least a year and a half to catch up to my thesis. And guess what now? Raul's saying the same thing. Everybody's now saying the same thing. Oh, this is an extended cycle. Really? Thanks, Grandpa. How about you wait until 2028 to tell me? Maybe that'll be useful. Right? So, alt season, somewhere down there. The thing is, the data they gave us about oil, for example, how credible is that? Can the data also be rigged? Wait, let me put this on screen. The thing is, the data they give us about the oil, for example. How credible is that data? Can that data also be rigged? Or is it just a don't fight the Fed kind of scenario? First of all, everything we know is a lie. Remember that. Everything the average person knows is a lie. Like everything. Okay? So if the average person knows it, it is some sort of a lie. But that lie is meant to create an effect in society. And so you can, knowing that it's a lie, if everything is a lie, then it's like, okay, let me look at the second order effects of what's going to happen. So people's reaction to what happens is actually the problem. It's not the thing that they're actually saying. As far as oil, like the data they're giving us is one thing, but I can go in and I can track the tankers myself. I can see how many tankers have arrived. I can run the history back. There's transponders on them. Sure, there's black industry tankers which don't have transponders, but like you can pretty much do the calculation yourself. How about this? You could pull up, if hedge funds do this all the time, you can pull up live satellite imagery of all of the oil storage facilities in the world, and you can look at a certain time of day, the shadow of the edge of the oil facility on the lid that covers it, because that lid goes down as the oil depletes. So you can see at a certain time of day, you can see the shadow, and you can calculate from the shadow the distance that it is from its top. Therefore, you can calculate how much oil is in the actual reserves. And AIs are doing that live all the time, right? This is like such a basic thing. This was decades ago. They figured it out. So there are those real people that are actually looking at the stuff. So it's not all a lie, right? But today we are going to uncover a lot of lies. Not lies, but a lot of misunderstandings that people have. Now that we have all the people in the house, we got 11 on YouTube and 11 in the studio. Welcome, you 11 people. What a lucky number. I'd much rather have 11. I'd rather have 22 amazing souls listening to me than 100,000 fucking retards. To be honest, I'd rather have 22 leaders than 22 million followers. Okay, welcome. Thank you for being a leader. Okay, so we're gonna go through all of it. Why are we choosing these coins? I'm gonna do a market analysis, answer all your questions. Yes, thank you, Shash. I appreciate this. But first, I should just look. I got Claude to write me a script, not to read it out loud, but it said follow a flow. So I'm going to follow the flow that the AI said. Because if there's somebody way smarter than me in the room, I'm just going to listen to them. And clearly, this is just better, right? So, should have read it first, didn't you? Should have read it first. Look, everybody's worried about making money. I think about spending money. It doesn't matter how many ancient I have. Wealth is actually just how much money I can spend all the time on my lifestyle or on whatever I want. How much money I can consistently spend every single day for the rest of my life is wealth. Like some magical numbers on a screen, I don't give a shit, bro. That's all Fugazi promises, these retirements and the stocks. Watch what's about to happen to the people who just consistently push their living life into the future, right? Whatever life you can live today is wealth, okay? But the secret is this. Everybody's looking at the numerator, right? Everybody's looking at the top side. Everybody's looking at Bitcoin. Everybody's looking at NVIDIA, whatever you want, right? But a market is NVIDIA priced in USD. It's Bitcoin priced in USD. You're looking at the Bitcoin USD chart. The denominator is USD. So if you're spending dollars, then it matters to you how many dollars you make, right? It's not even how many dollars you make. The purchasing power of the dollars that you make. It's like, how much are your dollars able to buy the moment you hand them to somebody? That is what Bitcoin is valuable for, right? But we here in Bali have a secret. We spend IDR, rupiah, and we spend millions, hundreds of millions, billions of it. Like, you literally become a millionaire and a billionaire the moment you arrive here. You give 100,000 as a tip, right? So your mind already, you're in a millionaire mindset. Like, millions and millions sound like nothing. Trillions is where you start to think. Quadrillions is where you're like, you know? So like your mindset shifts. But more importantly, we have been sitting here in cash since last year. And that has made me 11% just sitting in cash with zero risk, with absolutely schmiro schmisk. The rupiah has melted down against the dollar. So in this year, I have made 11%. Spending power. I have made 11% spending power because the inflation in Indonesia is like 2%. Prices are low, PPP, which is like purchasing power parity. That's what really matters. It's like how much can $1 buy in my country? That's what matters. The purchasing power parity of the rupiah in Indonesia is super high. It's one of the highest in the world, which means each 100,000 rupiah gets us a maximal amount of stuff. The hair gel that was $35 in Canada, exact same hair gel is $2 here. Okay? And it's not changing. It's only inflating at 2% because these guys had the meltdown back in 1997. But we are making 11% rupiah on our dollars, which means I gained 11% purchasing power, which means I can spend 11% of my assets and still have the same purchasing power. Right? That's the beauty of this thing. It's currency arbitrage. My housekeeper and my chef and my gardener, same person, cleaner. She makes my bed. I call her my mom. Like, you know, it's the best. Like, just the sweetest. Like, she's family. Like, I fucking love her. You know, and she gets paid $100 a month. And I tried to up that. I was like, hey, can I give you $200 a month and you can work a couple more hours? And she's like, no, I'm happy. I want to hang out with my son. He came back from Japan. That quality time matters to me. I get to, you know, every other day come over and freaking hang out and work a couple hours. So nice. And I get to leave. Like, she's happy for getting paid $100 a month to have all of my time back to make sure I never have to touch a toilet again because I got better shit to do with my life. Like, you know. So that spending power matters. Your denominator matters. So you can change the numerator or change the denominator. Okay? Think about that. Figure out a way to make dollars and spend something else. And don't move to Bali. Please don't move to Bali. Like, just if Mama Bali doesn't call you, do not show up here. Okay? If you're like, I want to go because I saw it on Instagram. Okay, well, you're about to fall off of a scooter because if you're not ready, she ain't gonna let you in. The thing is, with the denominator, nobody chooses. Most people don't choose the denominator because it's just this like built-in thing where you're like, I'm just here, right? I'm just here. Like, I'm an American. I just live in Arkansas, right? I'm just here. People don't change their jurisdiction accordingly. If you have the ability to change your jurisdiction, do it. If you even have the ability to think about it, because that can change your life entirely. And as soon as the, mutating AI cyber attacks start and they start murdering everybody, I'm sure you're going to want to leave. So just relax. It's going to be fine. Don't worry. A little bit of murder never killed anybody, except for that one guy and that other guy and that girl. That was pretty bad. It's going to be fine. So I can't just sit here in cash, and it's just going to keep going. It's going to keep going. Now it's going parabolic. So this year I might make 20% spending power, right? Next year I might make 30, 40% spending power on my cash, right? While the dollar is melting down, blah, blah, blah. That's all for you dollar people. We sit in dollars and spend the other one, right? Now, another important thing that I've found is people don't even understand what Bitcoin is. Like, people have no idea what Bitcoin is at all. Even the Bitcoiners have no idea what Bitcoin is, right? Like, what is Bitcoin? I'll ask you guys a question. There's no wrong answers, except for the only right answer is the one that I'm going to give you, obviously, because I'm the all-knowing fucking everything, of course. Right? But there's no wrong answers. But, like, what do you think Bitcoin is? Literally, what is Bitcoin? Let me give you a little bit more nuance around this question because that's a pretty broad question, right? It's like, okay, XRP is the banking rails to transfer money. Solana is a fast computer that you can program apps on. Ethereum is a set of computers being used by Wall Street to build out their infrastructure that you can build apps on, right? So you can literally explain, hey, this is the next stage of the internet and this is what it is. What is Bitcoin? I'll ask you guys this question. And I will not move forward until somebody answers. What is Bitcoin? In that way, like what use case does Bitcoin have? What does it do? How does it come into existence? What is the actual thing? Jesus, nobody's going to take a shot at it. Okay, I'll tell you. It's a lottery! It's a lottery! See, you're in the Telegram chat. You know the secrets. You get them early. It's a store of energy, yes. It's a store of wealth, yes. Store of value, yes. Agreed. Right? It isn't those things. But actually underneath the technology, storage of value, kind of like gold, yeah. That is the knock-on effect of Bitcoin, right? The store of wealth, store of value, store of energy, storage of value like gold. These are the knock-on effects of Bitcoin. But actually, the Bitcoin itself is a lottery ticket. So here's how Bitcoin works. There is a random number generator that generates a number every 10 minutes. And everybody in the world burns a bunch of energy to try to guess that number. And that number might have 19 zeros in front of it. It changes the number of zeros depending on how hard they want to make this thing. And everybody in the world is guessing at this number, just like a lottery, exactly like a lottery. Everybody in the world is guessing at this number. Every 10 minutes, somebody in the world gets it right. And that person, magically, a Bitcoin is printed, mined, and given to them as a winning for that lottery. So it's like you have to go and burn a certain amount of energy worth a certain amount of money to then win this lottery. So it's literally a lottery. You just take a bunch of money and you guess at this number, and when you win, you get like the winning ticket. It is a Bitcoin. It pops into existence. Voila, you got a winning ticket, right? And beyond that, it doesn't do anything. Everybody else's energy that they burned to guess is wasted. It's like it's gone. The one guy who burnt the energy to guess gets the ticket. So it's literally a lottery. Right? Now, it's a fantastic lottery because these lottery tickets are limited. And this is like not the only, but one of the only assets that we know in the world that is verifiably limited that governments can't fuck with, apparently. What a joke. Yeah, except for that one guy. You know that one guy who has 1.1 million in his wallet? That benevolent Japanese guy that like just so he just puts 1.1 million Bitcoins into a wallet and just leaves it. He's never gonna touch it. Satoshi's dead. He built the most perfect system, every single piece functional, every single piece having a reason, and then just left 1.1 million of them in a wallet for no reason. Because when you're gonna die, like you want to leave yourself something. People aren't thinking right, bruv. It's made by them. And they're going to one day take that 1.1 million and make up some story and do something with it, right? This is how they're melting down the financial system in the back, by holding it. But it's a lottery. It literally doesn't do anything other than that. It does not function. It's not even a good payment network, none of that stuff, right? So you have to like I love Bitcoin, but I like to show them the reality of it. People fall in love with it as if it's like some kind of magic gold asset and it's gold. Well, gold is fucking worthless. Like, what does gold do? You can barely hit somebody in the head with it. If you hit somebody in the head with it, they'll love it. They'll appreciate it. You can't even effectively hit somebody in the head with it. It's very dysfunctional as a metal. It's just shiny and yellow, and we've loved it for a long time. and it's limited, it's rare, yeah. Those are the knock-on effects, right? So Bitcoin is just a lottery. It's rare, fantastic. But beyond that, if you're here, like if you've arrived now and you've been made to think Bitcoin's some kind of magic asset, you're about 10 years late to the party, and you're probably the exit liquidity. And if you've lost a bunch of money in Bitcoin, I'm not surprised, right? Because if you come into it with this like reverence for this thing, oh, Bitcoin, Raul, Sam, we're all fucking retards, right? Bitcoin is a worthless lottery that we made up to be very worthwhile. Therefore, it is worthwhile. Just like the dollar was is technically worthless, and we made it worthwhile, right? So, balance. Okay. Knowing that it's a lottery. Now that you know it's a lottery, do you want to put your life savings into it? Is it the safest place for you to sit? Like for me, it was an amazing, amazing place 10 years ago when we used to scream from the rooftops when it was $5. Now it's $120,000 at its top, and it's going to be $200,000. You want to come in after a 17 million % return and hold an asset? Then clearly you're playing the game wrong, as far as I think about it, right? An experiment to see. Okay, wait. Show this one. Hold on. Bitcoin is an experiment to see how the masses embrace blockchain. Check. You hand the masses a lottery. That's too complicated for them to understand. You fund it with Epstein's money. Emails are there now. It's as proven as it gets. You use NSA technology. You use a 1988 DLT patent. You use a whole bunch of stuff, put it together. Maybe like my wild imagination is there was some intelligence that figured it out, but I just like to, it's just whatever. I'm making it up. It's not. There's no proof again about that. But you build this new system, and this is a new asset class, bruv. Jack, quit humping her face, bruv. Get out of here. She's a puppy. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Good. Hilarious. Nothing like chasing your own dogs and puppies out of the room. Go away. Get out of here. Jesus Christ. I started feeding them this like raw, like in Bali we have this like raw meat food, and it's like buffalo and salmon, not salmon, but like it's like the highest quality stuff, right? And they've never really had it in the jungle. And they're just like, what is that? Like it's just they eat and they look at me like, what is this? I'm like, that's called real raw Wagyu style meat, So now they're like, can we get it now? Like, no, I have a meeting. What were we talking about? Yeah, so understanding what you're putting your money into. That this was just a test. Just the same way that the internet was a test to see if we let it take our children's souls. And we did. Well, we did anyway, you got the idea, right? It was the net and the web. People got caught in the net and the web, right? Some of us gained freedom using nets and webs. So it's a technology. We can use it however we like, but Bitcoin was the Trojan horse to make you think it's private. What? What are you talking about? Everybody in the world can see it, but it's private. Okay. It's free. Nobody can stop you from using it. Yeah, except for all those blacklisted coins that make you a criminal as soon as you touch it, and your children, you literally lose your kids if you're found to be a criminal that's touching those illegal things. Other than that part, I guess they can't stop you. They can't track you. Who can't track you? Have you ever heard of Palantir, Rav? Like, I have a button. I can just click a button. Like, it's not like I have it. Nobody has it. But there is a button that somebody clicks, and I've seen it clicked. And all those things you're hiding, all those wallets, all those like OTC purchases you did from a buddy that you think are not visible, they're on your computers. And these things report every single thing that you're doing. And the AIs know it. Like, there's none of that stuff. Like, none of that stuff. It's a lottery. Like, relax. Buy it, make money with it, take money with it. Now, here's another super important thing to understand about markets. I think there's a fundamental about markets that's not understood. Money does not go into a market. Money does not go into Bitcoin. There's no such thing as that. Like, it's not like you buy Bitcoin and the money makes the Bitcoin go up. No, absolutely not. You take your money and you give it to somebody else who's selling you the Bitcoin. And they take your money and they put C in the pocket C. Right? Then you sell it. Somebody else takes the money, hands it to you. You take the money and they put C in the pocket C. Right? There is no money going into Bitcoin. But soon the price goes up. Yeah, it's because the first transaction, we agreed at a certain price, people see a trend and they project where it's going to go, and then the next person buys it for higher, next person buys it for higher, next person buys it for higher. But there's no money in there. There's literally no money in there. You know what I mean? There's always a buyer and a seller. Money goes from bank account to bank account. Like, this Harry C. Financial brought up this topic, and I love his perspective. He's a great guy. You should follow him. I don't know how he is in life. Like, seems like a great guy in YouTube. We're half constant life anyway, right? Especially us fuckers who seem great on YouTube, okay? We got just as many problems we probably have more problems than the rest of you guys combined. But money goes from bank account to bank account. So like, when you're buying and selling something, think about it like that. I'm taking money out of my bank account or my wallet, and I'm going to give it to somebody, and they're going to take it and they're going to put it in their wallet. Is this something I want to do? Right? Is this the right time to do it? So that you have to combine it. You have to have a realistic perspective of what's going on. Because the guys who understand exactly, and no, not guys and girls, guys, like, it's dudes, like, it's almost entirely dudes. Like, the guys who understand that this is how it works, they convince you to give them the money from your bank account. And then you don't get it back. Because, this whole thing happens with the market. And you're sitting there like, why didn't I make money? And the guy on the other side is riding around in his Lambo. He's sitting in Bali. Like, it's the honest truth. Markets are a money-taking machine. So you're either the person taking the money or you're the person losing the money. Right? So when you make a transaction, you have to think of, like, I'm going to be the person who takes the money. I'm going to take the money and put it into my bank account. And yes, you're going to fuck over a bunch of people. Yes, a lot of people are going to lose their life savings. Well, that's their fault. They're adults. We're all adults. Right? But this is the game we're playing. It's a taking money game. And if you don't take the money, then why are you surprised that you don't have the money? Right? Great. Fundamentals 101 complete. Okay. So then, I just came back from the gym, so I'm fucking melting. I'm fucking melting, mate. Fucking melting. Okay. So whose money are we taking? And when are we taking the money? And how are we taking the money? All right, now that we know that this is money taking game. No, we're not going to buy a lottery. Lottery was good to buy back in the day, but now that lottery is too hyperinflated, and I don't want to play against all the other people out there. That game is done. You want to play the game and where everybody isn't, right? Because by the time everybody is there, you want to sell it to them, right? So we are in an age of hyperinflation now, like live. You know what it looks like? Let's show you what it looks like. What does today's age look like, Sam? It look like this. It looks like the rupiah going parabolic compared to its history. Let's do a weekly. That's what it looks like. Breaking through all the ranges, and then chicka pow pow boom boom. Okay, let's make it simple for you guys. There you go. That's what it looks like. Things are going up, and then boom. Bounce chicka wow wow is what it looks like. Okay? Gold. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Things just going whoop. And this is nothing. We just hit the hockey stick moment. Hold on, kids. Shit is about to get bananas. Okay. Yet Bitcoin, that's what it looks like. Right? Now think about that. Like, think about that for a second. Everything in the world is exploding. Everything. All the things that even stand still, like gold and oil and these things, massive, massive markets, hundreds of trillions of dollars size markets are going, right? And then you look at the stock C's. Where are we at? Where are we at? Da-da-da. That's what it looks like. Or S&P, that's what it looks like. NASDAQ, that's what it looks like. Just vertical things, right? Japan, okay, you get the idea, right? But Bitcoin's going the other way. This is the most painful I have ever felt people be in Bitcoin. I've been here for, before Moses. Back when, like, Moses brought the 10 Bitcoins down from the mountain, right? Man, he's still holding on to those. Moses he's a long-term investor. He's a compounding guy. What were we talking about? Bitcoin is going the wrong way, or the other way, opposite way, right? This is to convince you to go buy everything else. Go buy gold, shiny object. Go buy this, go buy that. Go buy anything other than Bitcoin, please. Because in this moment, if you buy Bitcoin, that is the worst thing that can happen for the elites. Because you will be able to take the maximum amount of money from them. Bitcoin, crypto, you get the idea, right? But it's going the opposite way. Right now is the most painful to either hold it or buy it or whatever. While you're watching the NVIDIAs and all these, what did the guy say? The mistress is always hotter than the wife. All these mistresses are walking around, oh my God, titties and butts, right? And then the one at home becomes difficult. Yet, that is the moment you want to make sure you hold on to the one at home. Because you get paid for pain, right? You don't get paid for pleasure in this game. You get paid for pain. If it hurts, then all the softies out there will not buy it. And if you buy it, by the time it's easy for them to buy it, by the time they're all running in, you can sell it to them and take their money, okay? So this is the moment. This is a very specific moment that only happens never. Generationally, the hyperinflation only happens once every 4 generations with Bitcoin. By the way, check this out. Nobody's looking at it in linear, right? Nobody's looking at Bitcoin in linear. Yet Gareth looked at it in linear, and he drew this line years ago. A year ago, I think. And it put all of the tops in line, and it literally nailed the tops this time. And this was this was actually one of the most powerful lenses that I looked through when I said 126K was the top. And it was the top, right? Yet nobody in the world is looking at it linearly. All the experts put it on log, and they go, look at log. Like Raul was just saying, hey, always looking on log, always looking on log. Bruv, log is 10, like, it's this much as 10 times. Like, you want me to look at it on log so my 90% drop looks like it's like a tiny little thing? Excuse me, sir, but this line works. But if I put it in log, it doesn't work. Yet, it's been right. Right? So nobody's taking this, very few people are taking this perspective, so we take this perspective, right? Now, is it going to keep going? Absolutely. Absolutely. By 2028, I would not be surprised if with this trend, if Bitcoin was all the way at, let's see, let's make up a bunch of numbers and tell people, because that's all you kids want. Nobody wants any facts anymore. They just want numbers. Where's it going to be, bro? It's going to top out at $157,000 by 2028. Oh my God. We're all going to get so rich. And watch. When that happens, people won't sell again. They'll be waiting for $500,000. And then they will have gone through 10 years of the same thing, in the same situation, with the same job, and have divorces, and have health issues, and some will die waiting for the day that they could actually be wealthy. This is the game, and we're not here to play this game, okay? We ain't buying no lottery. Plus, Bitcoin's done its job, right? Thank you for your service to the cause. Now there's other things that are going to be much, much better to get. Okay, so that's why I don't buy Bitcoin. We are in a stage of hyperinflation where, first of all, the US government is going to reprice gold and take $1 trillion and put it into Bitcoin. Today. Like, it's the bill just got introduced, blah, 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 whole bunch of crap. Well, we know what's about to happen. They're going to reprice gold, revalue gold. They're literally just going to make up new certificates for the gold. Only they can do that. And walk into the treasury and give them these certificates and say, oh, it's not $42 for the gold, it's $4,500 for the gold, and we want $1 trillion. And the treasury is going to go, post haste, and it's going to magically appear from the Fed. And no, I think the treasury takes it to the Fed, whatever. So it's a Ponzi, you get it. It's some kind of a scam. And then they just print $1 trillion and give it to them. And then they're going to take, they're saying that $1 trillion and buy a million Bitcoin over 5 years, right? But what that's actually doing is literally just deflating the wealth of the people and putting it into an asset that they've created to keep themselves safe. Plus, they have the other 1.1 million from Satoshi that they've kept the whole time. Plus, they have another 300,000 that they've confiscated from people. I'm sure they'll confiscate more. Plus, they have it in BlackRock. Plus, BlackRock and all of them are, I think, taking 20%. Plus, like, MicroStrategy's taking 5% or something, right? So they're just gobbling up all of this free asset, like they did with the internet, and they're putting it into the same box that it was always in. Now try sending from your exchange to somewhere and watch that thing that says, who are you sending it to? Whose wallet is it? What's your mom's maiden name? Can we get a stool sample, right? Just to move your money. And all of this freedom becomes the prison, right? Anyways, the good side is we're all going to get rich using this system. Now that we are in this debasement time, we have to figure out, first of all, a plan to take this amount of money that's being dumped into the system. That's what we're doing. If they're going to put $1 trillion in, we sure as fuck going to take a couple billy. That's the plan. That's the genuine plan. XLNC is at over $1 billion by end of 2028. I just know it, right? So our goal is to take like $1 billion, $2 billion. Whatever, however many billion we can take, we take, okay? Out of this money that gets printed. The way we do it is we buy and hold assets which are the most likely to go up, but they simply go up because people just hallucinate that they're going up, okay? People hallucinate that they're going up because there's some kind of fundamental use case underneath, or there's a community behind. There's some kind of, some dynamic of the thing makes them want to buy it. Like Bitcoin is a lottery, nobody cared. It's just so rare, it's so verifiably limited that people understood the dynamics or the possibilities, and many people bought it back in the day, right? And same thing, you have to know what the thing is. So our goal is to buy things which are the most likely to get the most amount of money because of the future projection of what they're going to do. But they're not going to, we're not buying them because they're doing it, right? Crypto has been here for whatever amount of years. Has it done anything for humanity? I mean, for me it has, for sure. For my humans it has, for sure. You know, we built villas with them. We've achieved, you know, some humans it has. But in general, like the public, it hasn't really done anything. So like you don't buy something because it has, it's like people tell me ICP is great. ICP is great. I'm like, I know the code of ICP is great. I know the structure is great. I know the founder is great. I know the intention is great. But Wall Street fucking hates them. And they blew them up the moment they launched. So you can believe in like this whole thing about, but in reality, like the wolves don't like them. And if the wolves don't like something, I don't want to buy it. Because the wolves have all the money. You know, like, how am I going to take their money if they don't like it? Right? I don't give a shit what the thing is. You have to be completely detached from from what the thing is. Now, think about it. When I said 90% of the market cap accrues to the top 100 coins, I was wrong. I was parroting what Raul was saying. Actually, 82% of the market cap accrues to the top 10 coins. 82% of the $2.5 trillion market cap that exists today accrues only to the top 10 coins. So it's stupid to then go, and I've done this, where we would go and buy meme coins and a whole bunch of other things to try to like have that 100x and 20x and 30x, and when it's like, you could just put it into the top 10 and have such a high probability that you capture a lot of that money that comes to you. But the thing is, when you enter the top 10, you might just make a 5x, you might just make a 6x, you might just make a 10x, right? If you're lucky, you make 20, then whatever, right? Depending on where it is. So you have to take that insane amount of risk to make the kind of returns that us degens are used to. And if you think like you're a safe investor and you're not a degen because you only want a 10x, like, bruv, 10x was like a decade-long process, and you can't even wait 40 seconds to get it, right? You're probably whining because it's been like a year. It's been like a year and a half. It's been a year and a half. I'm not rich, you. What are you talking about? It took me fucking 15 years from the age of 15 to even get to the point where I was free of the matrix and making nothing. It took me 20 years of work day in and day out with no like weekends, no girlfriends, no sex, no family, no love, no TV, no weekend, no birthdays, no Christmas. Like, I mean, nothing. Like violence, brutality of 20 years to achieve it. And if you're sitting here crying because you didn't make it in a year and a half, you're too soft, right? So this is a longer process. But taking that risk of going and buying a whole bunch of other shit out of top 10, hoping that it makes it, the probability that it ends up nowhere is where we are at today. That's why we're focusing on the top 10. But in this time, all the old school wisdom says, would never sell, right? The talk that I sent from Raul, the whole thing is an explanation about why selling is stupid. And then there's a line in there that says, what did it say? Solve for cash to deploy into the dips. It literally said solve for cash to deploy into the dips. I'm like, wait a minute. So like, don't sell the tops, but solve for cash to deploy into the dips. Because, all of us just have millions and millions in cash just flowing in all the time, right? Like, so that thesis of never sell is such a stupid thesis. Hold on for dear life is what HODL means. Hold on for dear life. Like, we're going to fucking kill you. Hold on for dear life. Like, they're telling you, just keep holding on for your dear little life until we end it. And so many people are just going to go to their grave with the Bitcoin, which makes it amazing for them because it's lost forever and it's locked up, right? Hold on for dear life. No, live life today, bruv. Don't hold on for dear life. Live your dear life today. Because tomorrow, you might be dead, right? So, that's our plan, to make cash today, as soon as possible today. Sure, we sat on cash until now. Well, guess what? We're making cash. I'm making cash by being able to spend it. On the other side, you're not losing all your money. So congratulations. Those of you in XLNC that are enjoying this, how nice is this bear market? Isn't it the best bear market you've ever been through? Where you wake up every morning and Bitcoin crashes and you're like, yeah, you wake up, I love you, I'm gonna hug, I'm gonna meditate, I'm gonna vibrate. Every Sunday we get together. Yeah, what happened? Nothing. It's lower and we're gonna make more. And it's been months and months and months of us sitting here and everybody's super happy. Well, everybody's super happy except for the people who just literally can't sit on their hands. They're like, why hasn't something happened yet? I hope it happens now. I keep trying. And you're like, bro, like, shut the fuck up. Like, go do something else with your life. If your life sucks that much that, like, literally this thing going up and down drives your entire emotional behavior, I don't even keep those people around me, right? But I'm watching it happen. I'm watching, like, I know a lot of people. So it's hilarious to me. It's like, you can't even sit still in peace, can you? You can't even sit still in peace, not losing your money and enjoying the fact that the world is, the market is burning and the world is burning. Like, you still can't enjoy it. That means you just internally don't have the constitution. Something's off. Go figure that out, right? Anyways, we're supposed to talk about XRP, guys. This is not some emotional fucking thing. Okay. We'll get to the point. In the middle of a hyperinflation, if I have to pick a few horses, they're going to be in the top 10. If I want to make a lot on them, I simply have to sell them at the right time and buy them again at the right time. Hopefully, those of you that have now listened to my rants for years and years and years have an inkling when it's time to buy and when it's time to sell. Just saying. Some of you have built villas from executing that. Congratulations to you, By the way, I'm coming over in a little bit after this. They said the ceremony was at what you... Anyways, we'll talk. You can kind of tell where the bottoms are. You can kind of tell where the tops are. You don't even have to be that good. You don't have to call the 126K top. But now it's like, come on. How many times do I have to do this for you to get into the rhythm of it? Like, is now closer to the bottom or the top? Closer to the bottom. Okay? Is October closer to the top? No. Right? So if you could just even half fuck up these rhythms, and you can sell in the bottom 50% and you can buy in the top 50%, you fucking crush it, right? But if most people don't have the time and energy to even be able to execute that, right? So if you're that type of person, then just leave it. Don't fuck with it, because if you fuck with it, you're definitely gonna fuck it up, right? Then you should just hold it for 10 years, and yes, you'll be okay, right? But our goal is, the way we take this money that's being printed now, is we buy things in the bottom 20% of the market and local, and we sell things at the top 20% of the market, right? Then when we sell, we get the cash, and we take the munsies, and we spend these. No, it's not just take it all and compound. Take it all and compound. When I'm 95, I will have $1 bajillion, and I won't have knees. Fuck all that. Like, you make money, every time cash shows up, you sit there and think, does my life need money? Does my health need money? Does my relationship need money? Do my kids need money? Do I need money? Do I need a house? Do I need a safety plan? Do I need whatever? Like, sit there and think about, hey, there's money. I put in this much money, now there's more money. Great. How much of this money do I take out, and how much of the money do I keep? And if you don't have a cash cushion sitting on the sideline, you should be filling up a cash cushion. You just sit on cash. Yes. US dollars. Yes. You should sit on cash, because that's what buys milk, right? You should sit on cash and move to a place where you spend another currency, and then you're living the golden life, right? But in that moment, then you think, wow, I took 100,000 and I turned it into 200,000. Great. I paid XLNC 20. Great. I have 180 left. Great. I have fucking $80,000 more money than I had before. Do we feel like taking some out? Because we still got a negative $100,000 in my bank account. Maybe I take 10,000 out and I put it in my bank account. Okay, fine. Like first double, most people don't do it. Second, third, fourth, like the numbers start. You just look at the numbers, and you're like, what the fuck? Is this rupiah, or is this like I literally have had calls. My favorite calls. These are the ones I actually pick up and hang out with. My favorite calls are the ones where, like, market's top, we crushed it, and then people call me and they're like, Sim, can we talk? I'm like, yeah. They're like, I don't, and I'm like, yeah, sit down. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, but I've never seen a number this big in my account. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I was like, is it in your bank account? No. And that number ain't real. Go look at your bank account. It's minus a lot. Until that bank account goes minus, until it gets back to zero again, you ain't made shit. You lost a bunch of money. Come back to me when you made it, right? But that's how I ground people in that euphoric stage. But I love those calls, because then it kind of hits your reality and you go, oh my God, this is possible, right? The problem is most people just never get there. Most people just don't have the patience to get there. Which, in my mindset, I'm like, most people we are the abundance blocks to ourselves. We block all of our abundance, and the people who can't get there won't let themselves get there. And even the ones that have, will fuck it up and lose it all later on, right? So we are going to buy the assets, which have a very high likelihood out of the top 10 to get a large amount of this money that flows in, and their valuations get insane, and then we're going to dump them on somebody, and we're going to take all their money, and we're then going to sit there and figure out what to do with it, okay? So there's like, I don't know, 40 million now, 50 million, I don't know how many there is now. Last I checked, there was like 37 million coins, right? Was it 16,000 plus are tracked, but 37 million coins, right? Let's just take these 16. Out of these 16, ignore all of them. Especially these like hyper liquid. Oh my God, it looks great. Same old story, bro. Same old story. Like, it's like fucking Groundhog Day for me. Like, it never changes. It's always the same. Oh my God, look at this thing. It's a super functional way of paying people a fuck ton of money. Oh my God, they're giving me super high returns, super high yields on me putting cash there or assets there or whatever. Oh my God, it makes so much, like the company makes so much money. And if you project the revenue, it's so amazing. And like, it's like Luna, and it's always the same story with new clothes on. But when you look underneath, it's like, do the wolves like it? No. The wolves don't like hype. And when the wolves don't like something, they kill it. Right now, they're trying to legally kill it. After legally, they have other methods. They just monetarily cyber attack the thing like they did Luna. And when you look at the constitution of hype, I'm like, guys, this is like so obvious. It's in the code. It's literally built in. Like, it's being attacked all the time. It's built hackable. Like, hype is built hackable. Do you want to buy things that are built hackable? Monetarily hackable, but hackable, right? And it's being hacked all the time. They're constantly losing money, and they can't change it because the function that the tricksters are using to drain money from the liquidity pool is the same function that's necessary to make the whole system work. So one day, somebody's just going to drain all the money from it. I mean, I would if I could, right? If I was Wall Street, and there's this 24/7 market that runs faster, that can price oil, that can price all these things on weekends when our markets are closed, and they have hundreds of billions of dollars of volume happening on there, and they're clearly a better system. And we're going to lose hundreds of billions of dollars of fees when money goes there. No, Mr. No. I think no, nothing going to happen. You know, come on. Be super careful about all these shiny objects. Our selection filter is okay. We need coins that have not died in many bear markets. The longer, the better. If a coin has not survived a bear market, forget about it. Why would I even hold it? AI meme coins and this and that, and meme coins. Like, dude, like, go through a bear market first and then come back to me, right? I want to see how unkillable you really are. In those bear markets, they usually will see 95, 99% drops. Ethereum saw a 96% drop before 2021. You know, then you see, okay, does it come back? There should be serious capital behind it. Not just serious capital. I mean, like, serious capital. You know what I mean? With the I, like this. Capital behind it. Right? You actually have to look at what the elites are getting behind. Who is part of WEF? Which coin did a billionaire take over the country of America and name a new department after? Can you name one? Do you think it's going to go ump? The one that he has chosen to integrate into X money, to be the cryptocurrency, to transact interstellarly? Do you think it goes up? The guy who's just putting up a $2 billion company to put rockets and artificial intelligences into the sky. That guy's coin. The one he's going to integrate into the financial rails that is built to be the interstellar rails. According to the guy who we never doubt anymore. Okay? Do you think that goes up? Right? Is it all the banking elites put together in a company called Ripple that is backing a coin that was built in 2012? That was the fifth cryptocurrency ever created, and it has outlasted bear markets and lawsuits, and is the only one that went to the SEC and said, fuck you. Went to the American government and said, we're buying it. Changed all the laws, bought the brokers and bought the custodians and bought the rails and bought is getting a Fed account and like is just at the top echelon of existence, owns the country of America, owns the president, bro. Okay? Do you think that thing is going to go up? And everybody hates it. Has it done a 17 million? Actually, it has done a lot now that I think about it. Let's see how much XRP has done since this boith. Oh, this is going to be an interesting exercise now that I think about it. Let's see what XRP has done since its birth. Presenti presents. Facey face. Draw you draw. I mean, come on. It's only 127,000%. It's only done 1200x, 1300x if you had to round it up. And I know that sounds like a lot. 1300x, Sim. Are you crazy? Yeah, but check this out. What has Bitcoin done? To the top. That's wrong. That's definitely wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. Because this is Bitcoin on... Yeah, that was on Coinbase. There we go. Okay. Try that again. See how you doing now? From the bottom to the top. We started from the bottom. Now we 16,500,000. Wait. Hold on. I can't even see this. 16 billion. 522 million. 545,000. 454%. I love that number. 545454. What a something's weird about that number. It has done 16 billion%. Bitcoin has. And this is only this chart, okay? It was actually priced lower than that before this chart started. That is... Hold on. How many X's is that? That is, I can't even count. Like 1,600,000,000 X. 650 million. 1,650,000,000 X. It has done 1 billion. Okay, wait. Let me catch my brother. Hey, do you want to buy something? Yeah. What is it? It's a thing. It's a lottery. You want this lottery ticket? Okay. Yeah, sure. What? Like, what's it done? It's done 1.6 billion X. Wow. Do you want to buy it now? Yeah, like it's done 1.6 billion X. Isn't it going to do 1.6 billion X more? Right? Like no logical person would think like that. Yet that is how markets work. That is how emotions in markets works. After something has done a 1.6 billion X, which means $1 turns into $1.6 billion. Now you want to buy it? Smart move. Okay. XRP has only done 127,000%, which means it's done 1,200. It's only done 1,300x. We still got 1,000,000,000x to go. Do you want to buy the thing that's only done a 1,300x? Or do you want to buy the thing that has done a blah, 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 blah? Now, let me just check the numbers on XRP because maybe this chart is not. This is the Bitstamp chart. Yeah, 2014, 2012. Yeah. I mean, wait. No, but this isn't. Is this 2012? No. No. Let's not undersell it. Let's not undersell that. Let's actually look at the whole thing. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's try this one. It's a little bit more history. All right, I mean, that's as far as the history goes, though. Okay, that's all of it. Oh, as much history as we have recorded. So that is why I don't buy Bitcoin, because I'm not gonna buy something that's 1,000,000,000x, bro. Like, I should have bought it when it was $5. I didn't. Okay, fine. On to the next one. Next train, please. Yeah. So that's why XRP is one of the top ones on the list. But here's the other things we do. It should be massive. It should be top 10. It should have a massive cap, because only coins with a massive cap can handle hundreds of billions of dollars of money being thrown at them. These small coins can't even handle it, so the institutions don't even play with them, right? The coins that we pick should have outperformed Bitcoin at the time of history when you buy them. Okay? It's not that they have to do more than 1 point something billion X. That's not even logical, because they're well behind in their journey and many of them are being suppressed. But they should outperform in key regions, like now. Like when inflation picks up, when money printing starts, when these dynamics play out, especially now where Bitcoin's super expensive and they're super cheap, they should outperform. And looking forward, right? They should be highly liquid on the exchanges that we use. They should be highly liquid on Kraken. They should be highly liquid on all the exchanges that we use. Highly liquid simply means the amount of trading that happens should be so big that if you dump million, 10 million, 20, $30 million into it, it shouldn't move the market too much. Right? It should also be, when you say, give me $30 million of cash, there should be somebody sitting on the other side with $30 million to be like, here you go, bud. Right? When you're trying to buy it and when you're trying to sell it. Because one of the funniest things that happens to people is they take a coin, buy a coin, it goes up, they look like they made a lot of money. Oh my God, this is great. Market keeps going up. Nobody sells. Then it crashes. And in the crash, they try to sell, but there's nobody on the other side buying. And then it keeps crashing and crashing and crash, and then they crashes and they go, I guess I'm going to wait for a bounce, and they just stay in this emotional roller coaster, right? So we need highly liquid coins where when we hit the sell button, somebody gives the cash. And for me, like, not lottery tickets, it's too simple of a game, and it's too late in that game. It should be something that is going to be the base layer of the technology that the AIs are going to use to run the world, and backed by the elites and all this stuff that I've now mentioned. Okay. Our strategy is not HODL. We are not here to hold on for dear life and live life in some future that may never arrive, right? We're not here to just hope, right? We're here to actually nail the trades within these coins. In the top 20% we sell, and at the bottom 20% we buy. Yes, the Katana Cat strategy is like trying to nail a sharp dip, but that might not be the actual bottom. And the point isn't that. It's just when you catch a sharp wick, if you know how to catch it, most people don't even know how to catch it. It's supposed to be impossible, apparently. Nobody in the world can do it. All the experts know that. If you catch the wick and that recovery, you can just make a bunch of money in that recovery, exit again, and buy again, right? But we don't know that. We have no idea. The goal is to just buy in the bottom 20% and the top 20%. If we buy in the bottom 20 and we don't get that exit, we just hold it from the other side. And I'm sure some people will whine about oh my God, I thought XLNC was never going to lose money. And then I'll be like, you're fired. By the way, I fire clients. You have to understand this. In my businesses, I fire clients. If you're annoying and you're really difficult to deal with emotionally and your emotions are bleeding over to me, you're fired. Thank you so much, but this is not the game we're playing. You manage your emotions, I manage the money. It works, right? So just remember that, please. Nobody's been fired yet. Well, one guy. Well, he just came in and just started Why isn't anything being done? Why aren't there trades being done? This looks like this is not professional. And I'm like, dude, excuse me, sir. I don't know how you got here. Well, I don't think you even know what's going on. Like, if you're waiting one day and you're worried about why we're not trading on your account, you have no idea where you are. And whoever walked you in the door is walking you into trouble. Excuse me, there's the door. Goodbye. You know, you can take your $1,576 with you. You know, it doesn't matter. I've sent $700,000 away. It's not about the money. It's about the stress that you cause, right? The strategy is, for us, to simply buy the same coins, buy low, sell high. Okay. Now, XRP. Why is XRP one of the chosen coins? Good question, Sam. XRP is one of the chosen coins because it's one of the chosen coins. It's chosen by the elites. It's built by them. It is their main system that they've created. Canton Network is their newest collective system, but XRP was in the works since 1988. There was the Phoenix article. It described a currency. It literally, the Phoenix, Time magazine had a Phoenix article. No, I'm not going to show it to you. Go fucking search it up. I don't have it. In Time magazine, there was a Phoenix with the Stellar logo in one of its claws in 1988. The Stellar logo in one of its claws and something else in one of its claws, okay? And it was saying this is the global currency that we're going to create. And it describes XRP. Everybody thinks it's Bitcoin. No, it describes XRP. Stellar, like lumens, you know, XRP sister coin, literally is in the photo, okay? And they say we're going to build this one world currency. And they did. And it was not Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the Trojan horse. Bitcoin was the beta test. XRP was that coin. And that's why people in crypto hate XRP. Why do you think people in crypto hate XRP? Who has convinced the crypto heads to hate XRP? I wonder who, right? So people hate it. I want to buy it. It also is one of the only cryptos with a massive company behind it. It's the only crypto that I know that works like this, where the XRP is the crypto. It has Ripple behind it, which is a private company, which is going to go public now. Ripple is a whole different entity. It has all these solutions. It has relationships with banks. It's powering rails. It has custody. It has on-demand liquidity patents. I'm going to talk about all this stuff. It has so many things that are not just XRP, the ledger itself. And so it's like XRP is XRP. Then there's XRPL, which is the ledger. XRP is the coin. XRPL is the ledger, the actual computers that run. Ripple is the company. And it gets a little confusing, but when you tie that together, you realize, wait, there's a giant conglomerate that's powering this thing. Like Bitcoin doesn't have a conglomerate. ETH kind of has a conglomerate, actually. Consensus is behind ETH. That's why ETH does so well. But most of the coins don't have some conglomerate behind them. It's just the coin and their own little company trying to do the song and dance. Now, in the banking system, there's a massive problem called Nostro Vostro accounts today. Hundreds of, how much is it? $27 trillion sits idle in accounts across the world so currencies can transact. Ripple solves that. They have the patent on-demand liquidity, which was the DLT patent, decentralized ledger technology patent, was in 1989. Yeah, when I was born is when they wrote the patent for the technology that crypto is built on. And it's owned by the CTO of Ripple, David Schwartz, who before that was working on the SHA-256 algorithm with the NSA. And then after that, he started working with Satoshi to help build Bitcoin. He's one of the verified people that worked with Satoshi on the original Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm sure, nothing. That patent, and then the ODL patent came at some other later time, I don't know when, but that one's owned by a Rothschild. No, it's literally a Rothschild, that's his name, right? But it's owned by the Rothschilds. And that patent solves a $27 trillion problem. Do you think they're going to use it? And no other crypto can solve it. No other crypto even has the legal authority to solve it because technology is patented, and it doesn't. And it's the company Ripple that owns it, not XRP, the token. Today, it's already running 20 corridors. They bought the U.S. government. I think it was like 20 million. Don't quote me on this. It was very cheap to buy the U.S. government. Like, it actually only costs about $400 million to buy the U.S. government. Like, buy the president, right? And that's like a super yacht. That's a nice super yacht that it costs to buy America and control it. Ripple did that. In cahoots with all the other guys, but they took a big chunk of that. That's why they're besties with the president. They are like the country of Japan has already rebuilt the infrastructure in the back end to hook into this Ripple system because they've already seen this coming for a long time. Japan is one of the biggest supporters of it, and the Japanese government is now opening up crypto to global liquidity for the first time, which is going to flow into here in a massive way. Okay. The other thing with XRP that people don't realize is it doesn't have smart contracts. So there's no smart contract risk. There's no hacking a smart contract. It doesn't even have them, right? People think Bitcoin's the only one that doesn't have smart contracts. No, that's not true. XRP also doesn't have smart contracts. There's side chains that you can do it through, but the core technology is built safe, so you can't hack into the code of these weird contracts and try to, drain a bunch of money. So it's much safer in that way, per se. Okay. So then when you look at like, who are the people in Ripple? And it's the who's who of the who, right? It's the who's who of the elites. Like you can just name a name and they have passed through Ripple or they're actually working here. So David Schwartz, the CTO, is the guy who helped NSA build the SHA-256 algorithm, which is what Bitcoin runs on. Technology, let's say, not even algorithm, protocol. He wrote the DLT patent in 80-something. He worked on Bitcoin with the people, with Central Intelligence. And yeah, so I'm sure he's a connected guy, right? Sandy O'Connor, 30 years at JP Morgan, the treasurer of the US, and the treasurer of the US, okay? Also from FDIC, also from the Treasury, also on the BNY Mellon board. If you know what those things mean, like any one of those is like, wow. And if this is one person that is from all these places, that's part of Ripple. Okay, she's a director. Anya Manuel co-founded her firm with Condoleezza Rice. The Department of Defense Policy Board, Council on Foreign Relations, State Department, ex-State Department, just one person, right? Warren Jensen, he's Amazon Delta, he's the CFO for Amazon Delta, NBC, whatever, right? Masayashi Okuyama is a director from Japan, and he's the one making sure SBI Bank is doing all the stuff, and he's hooking up Japan. A former U.S. Treasurer, Rosie Rios, is on his board. My point is, and this is just not an exhaustive list. When you actually dig down deeper, you see, the who's who from everywhere, from the Fed, from the U.S., from the Treasury, from CIA, Pentagon, collected together to be inside of this company, right? Do you think they put the money in the collapse, into this thing? I think so, okay? And we take their fucking money. That's it's one of the best feelings ever for me, because it does weigh heavy on me that this is the game that we're playing. It's a take money game, but taking their money, I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. Gimme. That money just has a juice to it, has a je ne sais quoi that you just simply cannot get from normal money. The taste, it has undertones of undertones of justice, We got a question. Who's questioning me? How dare you question me? Sim, but that means Quant is part of that as well with Project Agora. We all know it has been suppressed, but don't you think it has a massive upside potential to XRP with that much lower market cap and supply? Love to hear your thoughts on it. Well, Is it in the top 10%? No. Then is 82% of the money going to go to it? No. Then do I want it? No. That's my only thing. How much money is going to go to quant? How much has? Anybody here holding quant that got rich? Anybody in the world holding quant that got rich? Yeah, definitely. Quant's going to crush it, but we're not playing that game. Like, if it's not in the top 10, it just doesn't exist in my universe now. Right? Because, quant's going to do great, this and that, it's in the background, da 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 da. But, like, how much money is realistically going to go to quant? I have no idea. Right? Hey, we got one guy who's made money on quant. Congratulations. Killing it. Continue. Keep doing it. I'm not going to do it. I have too much money, and too many people's livelihoods at risk for me to go play in that game. Especially when I can just make a bet like this. It's so simple. Especially when, I'll be honest, when I've hung out with the Ripple guys, like, I know them, I have their numbers. You know, I can just call them up and talk about stuff. We literally do meetings from time to time, or, we're building the stable coin here. So we were going to do it through their rails. Like, I'm on a not a personal basis, but, on a friendly basis with the Ripple guys. I'd rather buy that because I know what's going on inside. I have early access information. It's not that I have insider information. Whoever's fucking waiting for that. But I have a clear view on what's going on, so I'm going to buy that. Right? Simple as that. But quant, sure. If that's your game, buy quant. It's definitely not going to make, people can still figure out a way to lose all their money with quant, but if you know how to make money, you'll do great. Now, Ripple, the company, is also buying up more rails. It bought up Metaco, which is custody, which is used by Citi, BNP Paribas, and a bunch of other people. And Metaco is a custody solution. So now they have, Ripple, XRP has custody. Like, if you had to think about it like that, XRP has custody. Does Bitcoin have custody? No. You have to custody it somewhere. Does Ethereum have custody? Does any other coin have custody? No. Like, custodians built into it. Hidden Road, and they turned it into Ripple Prime. First crypto firm to own a global multi-asset prime broker. And, I don't think you understand how big that is. Okay? A broker allows you to buy and sell stocks and securities and the normal assets. And this is a traditional broker that they bought. Does any other crypto have that? No. And what happens when you have a broker? They bought Rail for stablecoin payments. They bought G Treasury for treasury management. And just a cherry on top, they made a stablecoin called RLUSD. Which chain has a stablecoin? So when you make a stablecoin, what happens? Money flows in through the stablecoin. When you connect to all of these systems, what happens? Money flows from those systems. DTCC is working with Ripple to tokenize all of their securities. DTCC has like 20-something trillion dollars of securities. DTCC is where all of the stocks in the US are held. And Euroclear is doing the same, and all of these other whatever. The custodian pools of stocks are doing the same, okay? That is going to flow on these rails through the system, and going to go into their custody, and going to go into their treasury management, and going to go into from their broker to their rails, and move on their on-demand liquidity patent, right? Now, do I care about all that? No. I care that people care about all that. Right? This is a key thing to think about. Am I looking at all this and going, I'm buying because of... No. Don't get me mistaken. I'm explaining to you why I think people are going to be stupid enough to put all their money inside. Right? Is it going to do that? I don't care. I just want number to go up and take money. Right? But is it very likely to do that? Very, very, very likely. Because if 82% of the market cap flows into top 10... a bunch of them are stable coins, right? There's not very many options left for that money to flow in. And if it's, let's say we have a 2.5 trillion market cap now, and we're going to a 10 trillion market cap, that's $7.5 trillion. 80% of that, whatever, 5 trillion, let's say, okay? 6 trillion, whatever. Let's just say 5 trillion. $5 trillion of market cap is going to flow in to like the top 8 coins, because 2 of them are stable coins. Yeah. That's how we get to like 1,000,000,000x. And why would I play any other game, right? Especially in the economic situation, the market situation that has come about now, right? Each cycle you have to develop your strategy. It isn't just you keep playing the game from back in the day. Like Raul has been doing that, and you're seeing the results of that. Now he's changing his game. What is he making now? The universal code he's going to make now. Because you have to develop your strategy. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying that's how it goes. You have more data, and then you develop your strategy and you move it. Now the strategy is, this is the game that we're playing. Play it or don't, this is the game we're playing. Okay? Now DTCC is going to tokenize its assets. It's tokenizing the Russell 1000. Pilot started in July 2026. Scales October 2026, yo. At the exact same time that we're saying it's going to crash. Ripple is one of 50 plus firms in DTCC's tokenization group. And I can tell you this. I don't know if I can tell you this. Fuck them. I can tell you this. They're going to be one of the main rails, is all I'm going to tell you. They're going to be one of the main rails. That's all I can tell you. I don't want trouble. I'm good. My life is good. I don't want more trouble just going to say something on YouTube. See, I can't even say certain things. But this is like legit shit. Not fucking YouTube telling me not to say it. I don't want to get moited. I don't want to get moited. Ma. I don't want to get moited. Anyways, okay. So, and anyway, Ripple writes the papers of the WEF, sets up their conventions, is plastered all over their documentation. Like anybody who reads the WEF's papers, come on, bro. If you're not reading the WEF's papers, you're talking all this shit about them, but you're not even listening to what they're saying. I know you don't have time. Relax. Don't worry. Anyways, we got to do this thing. They write the WEF's papers. They are sponsoring them. They are the WEF. Like it's literally the WEF that actually built and owns this holding. They also created the ISO 20022 banking messaging standard in 2004. They started. 2004. They started. And it's custom built to comply, to line up with this thing. Now that standard is live in the banking system. Now the currencies are fracturing globally, which means you need a bridge to be able to transact between them. There's so many different things. I could just keep going forever. But the point is, when you look at all of these different use cases, the world is now pushing so much money in the direction of this use case. The need is becoming so big. But even more than that, people's perception of the need is becoming so big. And because of that, this time around, you will see, XRP put up numbers that will melt your face. And it's also been suppressed for 7 years. And when you suppress something for 7 years, like imagine somebody suppressed you for 7 years. And when they let you out, how would you explode? Well, that is Ripple, XRP, right? So we're buying it. My whole point is, that's why we're buying it. Because people will be stupid enough to buy it when it's way too expensive. And we will be smart enough to sell it to them when it's way too expensive. And we will buy it when it's scary to buy it. And we'll be stupid enough to try to catch a katana. Like, it's about being stupid, right? It's like, we'll be stupid enough to try to catch a sword, right? They'll be stupid enough to buy it at the top. Just pick your stupid. We're all retards. The only I'll be honest. I was watching Mark Andreessen's video, right? The podcast. He's the guy who made Netscape. He owns one of the biggest VCs in the world. One of the smartest humans on earth. A different level of smart. And he's a billionaire. He's like, there is now nothing that we want done that any human expert can do better than our AIs. And he's like, I have access to the best talent in the world. And we run a multi-$100 billion hedge fund. and have all the money in the world to deploy. And he's like, I'm not, this isn't like a statement where it's like, oh, there's not, no. He's like 100% of things that we want done. We can't, no, he said 99%, sorry. He said 99% of things that they want done, they can't find a human that does it better than the AI. That's where we're at. Like, even for me, I prefer being alone now. I prefer being alone, me and 6 AIs, and doing what we do. I'm hyper productive. Like, I'm popping out these like movie flick things for funsies on the side, just because I love it. While I'm like tokenizing, when people ask me like, how do you get it all done, Sim? You'd be mistaken if you think Sim does it, right? Sim simply directs agents that are running in the background, and 6 of them are doing 6 different things, and and it's like 6. When I say 6 agents, it's one agent with 20 agents underneath it, and is running a business within itself. It's crazy. The world has just moved on so far, right? Now that world, how are these agents going to move money? They're going to have to move it on rails like XRP. It is my point. So as those agents come online, as that money flows in, as the world fractures, but even that's still like, wow, big things. When $1.1 trillion gets taken from gold, and this is just the first thing. They're going to do so many more of these, like different tactics. When that $1 trillion gets printed, and they put the first few $100 billion into crypto, Valhalla, it's over. Just have the patience to sit still. Okay, so XRP. That's why it's so high on my list. Solana. What's Solana about? Well, Solana was also part of the WEF's papers. It's built by the elites. It has the biggest VCs backing it. It has all the green check marks. And the talent that built Solana, the founders, the teams, jump trading, like, these are professionals. If you know who they are, they're professionals. And like, being in crypto is always funny to me, because I go and I see the crypto heads, and it's like sad. It's sad. Like, they're not even fully developed humans. Like man children. And the worst thing that happens to a man children is you make them a millionaire. Like, oh my God. It doesn't change the man-childiness of it, right? Like crypto people are like crypto heads. I mean, not crypto people. Crypto heads are, it's brutal to deal with them. And then when you see talent, when you see real adults and talent walk into the room, you recognize it. And when you see the Solana team walk in, like, at the same time that we were in Dubai Dubai and Saudi having the meetings around the machine economic zone, the videos that you guys saw, the Solana guys were negotiating Solana City. So negotiating some of the details around Solana City in Abu Dhabi. Like, they just built themselves a city. They got a government to give them a city and build them a city. Like, not just just give us some land. They're like, we'll build you a city. Right? Whereas, like, the Bitcoin guys were wearing cow costumes and dancing around at the fucking Bitcoin convention. Even Ethereum, like, fucking Vitalik, what are you doing, bro? Why are you singing and running around like a fucking K-pop star? Like, grow the fuck up. Like, you're running the world, bro. So just seeing, when you see the Solana people, you go, okay, cool. Like, duh. There's some adults in the room. What did you do? Oh, you ran billions of dollars and trillions of dollars of volume, and you have the capability to build nanosecond scale architecture for markets. Yeah. Okay, cool. Come with us, right? It's basically built. The way I look at Solana is like, it's built to be, I would say, like, Solana's the Apple of Bitcoins. Especially now that I have an Apple, bro. First of all, I'm fucking stupid. So retarded. The amount of time I spent on Windows, dealing with all the shit on Windows, and now I'm dealing with the Apple shit. It's unique shit, but it just fucking works. Like this has been working, right? Everything's been working. Nothing stuttered. Nothing stuttered. Yeah, it's all clear. Coming up, I got a bunch of tabs open. I got a bunch of I'm just doing basic shit. But yeah, it just took me too long. Sometimes you realize I'm stupid for too long. And the next day you realize, I'm still stupid for too long. Fuck. Never ends. When will I get smart, Daddy? When will I get smart? Ay. This is me sober. Actually, you know what's funny? I'm crazier sober. When I'm high, I'm like, fuck off. Because I just smoke weed. I know that's like when I could, like Thailand or something. I'm like way funnier like this. I think I'm funny. Don't comment about this at all. Solana is like the computer of the agent world. It's just a fast computer. Great thing is, it's a computer where if you need it to go faster, you just hook up more computers. You can have more and more throughput, especially with the Fire Dancer updates and stuff that the jump trading guys did. And jump trading is like jump trading. They're an elite Wall Street high frequency trading firm. Like they are the gold standard. And they took it, they're taking Solana to 1 million transactions per second, and they could take it to 1 billion if you wanted to. Like just more infrastructure that you can hook up. But those are the guys building the infrastructure on the back. Solana is being backed not only by the WEF, it's being backed by Galaxy, Multicoin, Jump. Like when you look at the backers of Solana, top world class. And then just look at what Solana did in the time when Bitcoin went on a run. Bitcoin went on a run, XRP went on a run, Solana went on a run, Ethereum did pretty decent to go on a run. Okay to go on a run. Doge made a pretty decent move, right? But Solana was the one that just ran off with the cake, right? That tells you that capital wants to go to Solana. And of course, when the Wall Street guys build it, Wall Street capital shows up. Wow, now there's ETFs. Now there's XRP ETFs. There's Solana ETFs. And now the floodgates are going to open, and they are the, 2 of the top 10 that are going to get 82% of the flood water. Killing it. Just killing it, bro. Visa integrated Solana. They have cities. They literally have cities. Went through the bear market. Literally was the epicenter of the FTX collapse. FTX literally shot them in the chest. Solana went down to $8. Didn't give a fuck. Brushed it off. Back above $200 3 years later, right? Now, Solana is newer. Solana has only gone through one bear market. But that one bear market and the brutality of it and it being the epicenter and seeing who's backing it, that gives me even more credence that, okay, this is great. This is something solid to buy. That, yes, a large amount of elite money is going to flow into this thing. And we will make a fuck ton of money from it. But also just looking at the architecture of Solana, it's like Solana is very, very... Because Solana right now runs 99% of the coins that exist in the world. Probably even more than that. Solana runs 99. I'm just making that up. Let me actually ask an AI. From what I would think is a lot. We should be pretty close to 99%. Okay? Let's all ask the AI. Let's all ask the AI. Let's all ask the AI. Jesus Christ. I don't know how the fuck you guys listen to me. You're just as retarded as me. I love it. Oh, by the way, here, let me show you some tricks of how to actually live your life. Because I think you guys are all using computers wrong. So maybe I can fix some of these things. Like, now I want to ask this Claude this question. Most people would sit there and take the tipsies of their fingersies and go, what? How many coins? Like, dude, what do you got? Like, dude, we don't have all day. What you do on Mac you can go into settings and change this. On Windows, you hit Windows H. On Mac, I've set it up to be the control key tap twice. When I double tap it, it's going to allow me to voice type this. And here's how I ask an AI, literally, live. You are an elite crypto researcher, period. There are millions and millions of cryptocurrencies out there, if you include all of the meme coins and every single cryptocurrency that has ever been created, period. Beyond just the 16,000 that are listed on tracking sites, period. I want you to go out and find the total number of cryptos that exist through this lens, and then figure out how many of them are specifically running on Solana, and then give me a table that lays out exactly how many are running on which layer 1 blockchain, period. Please and thank you. In the same time you would type a sentence, I have given the smartest thing on planet Earth. Oh, it's still typing. Shut it off. In the same time that you would type half that sentence, I have given it a character. You are an elite crypto researcher. I've given it context around the coins and how I want to look at it. I've then requested it to give me the solution that I want, and I've added in a little bit of extra learning that I can have so I can have a clear perspective on how all of this is laid out. And as that is happening, as some genius is scouring the internet to figure this out, I'm delivering a valuable podcast to you and have shown you a skill that probably will save you a lifetime of usage and will probably allow you to interact with your computer at a way better level. Like, I don't type things on any device anymore. I'm the idiot standing in the middle of a room just going, yeah, just send it. No, fuck that. No, make sure the guy, and people are like, what? I'm like, I'm not talking to you. Do you see me looking at my phone? I'm happy to be a retard, but I just tap, boom, tap, boom, tap, boom, right? That's the speed the world is moving at. Nobody in Wall Street or like in Silicon Valley types anymore. Bruv. What century are we living in, bruv? Right? And then most people are using this thing as Google. What you want to do is you want to actually give it a character to play, context, one request. One request is good enough. But you can give the nuances of the request of how you would like that request delivered, right? Okay. Still typing. Da, 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 da. Okay, so out of 50 to 75 million coins, about maybe up to 45 million are on Solana. You get the idea, though. Like, if we had to look at which computer is being used the most by the most number of thingies, it's Solana. Which computer is being used by the next number of thingies, apps or thingies? Let's just call them thingies. There's 3.3 to 6 million thingies running on Ethereum. But the Ethereum thingies are like better thingies. And then again, there's like 3.6 million thingies on Ethereum. Base thingies are on Ethereum anyway. BNB thingies, don't touch them. They're going to lose all your money. Tron thingies, pretty good, but they're likely to get attacked because also the guy who, the founder, he's a little sketch, to say the least. Polygon thingies are going to do great because they're running on Ethereum, so you can add that on that list. But Polygon's doing great. We know the founders. I don't personally know the founders, but like we can have an internal view on what's going on. Yoga is like besties with the founders. Avalanche, Ton, all these other guys are running a bunch. The point is, the vast majority of thingies are running on Solana. So do you think the money goes there? Yes. Do we take some money? If we can. If that's the plan. This time we did. Right? Everybody who went through the journey and got out of Bitcoin between 126K to 91,000, I want to congratulate you. Think about that. Nobody did that, supposedly. Nobody did that. But you did for the first time in history. Like, and if you're like, Sim did that, I'm a signal, but you're the one who actually did it. But see, you did it, but he didn't. Yeah, you. Yeah, you didn't. You didn't fucking do anything. You just sat on it. Right? It's a Sim's not the one doing it. Sim is just a signal. Like, you do it. You did, and you didn't. You're loving it. Just, dude, don't commit. Don't commit. I can't say. Don't do that. Okay? It's going to be okay. Jeez, let's get serious all of a sudden. So, Solana, that's why we're going to buy it. Dogecoin. Doge always comes up for people. People are like, why are you buying Dogecoin? And I'm like, dude, Doge is, first of all, Raul says this, Doge is the hardest currency in the world. Doge is better than Bitcoin. Doge outperforms Bitcoin. Doge is literally a Bitcoin. Doge is exactly the same technology of Bitcoin with a dog on it, with like a few numbers modified, but it's exactly Bitcoin. Okay? Except for the fact that it doesn't have a limited supply. Okay? It's not Bitcoin exactly like Bitcoin. It's just contradicting myself. But Doge is literally Bitcoin's technology with numbers modified and tokenomics modified. It's from December 2013. It's gone through more crashes than one of those test dummies. Okay? It started as a joke, but then it became the interstellar thingamajiggy, whatever. And jokes make so much money. Like, that's one of the biggest reasons is because I'm like, I still want meme coin exposure. Because we are moving into the idiocracy age. And in the idiocracy age, retardedness is like an asset. It's literally an asset. And I've not been on the meme coin train for multiple cycles to make sure that I understood what was going on. And now I realize I'm the retard. Right? So I'm going to buy some idiocy for sure. But also just the way that it moves. Just the way that it moves. The way she moves. I like the way she moves. I like the way she moves. Like Doge is another one of those XRPs where it just goes nothing, 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 everything, nothing, nothing, nothing. Right? Yes, it has like a slight Balinese accent to it. But I love assets that do this because they do nothing for so long that they piss people off. And I love that because those fools just literally don't have the ability. Let me make this look nice for you before I shows you this. Those fools, and yes, they're complete fools. I will gladly call them fools. Literally cannot wait for this line to be crossed. That's it. It goes up. And then it goes down, and then it just waits until all the fools leave, and then it does it again, and again. Right? Let's see if it fits better on log. Yeah, sure, I guess. We can draw these lines however we want. We can just make it all up. Nobody actually has there's no reality to how to do it. Just make it up. Everybody draws it however they want. There you go. We just change it to log. Hey, it doesn't work. Let's change it to log. Oh, look at that. Log doesn't work. Let's just move the line. Fuck it. There you go. Well, and people don't have the patience to wait for, March 2027 for this thing to explode. And if you're like, Sim, I don't want to wait until March 2027. Please, end the stream right now. Exit XLNC. Send me who you are so we can fire you. Because, if that's the mindset you have, you're never going to be wealthy. Right? But people literally just can't wait for this line to go to the other side. And when it crosses the line, it fucking crosses the line. It crosses the line better than me, to be honest. Sometimes I cross the line, but I feel like my line crossings are like subdued more now because we have some ladies in the room. We have sweet people. Like, I really used to cross the line to the point where I would get booted out of communities. Remember that? So good. Like, one of the best things that's ever happened to me in life is to get kicked out of Real Vision. Literally. It just does like 150%. Okay? It moves. When it moves, it moves. Here it did whatever percent. We just go and look in history. Like, if you go back and look at all the history of it, it just does that. It just compresses into a triangle, and then it just goes boom. And so it's like a perfect katana strategy. Like in 2020, this would have been the katana, the COVID katana. You catch it somewhere here, and then nothing, and then everything. Then then a 646x. Yeah. Your money multiplies 646 times within March 20 to April 20. So it's within a year, right? That's what people want, but they don't buy it. XRP, same thing, right? Now, also, these are the coins that perform the best with the tradies. Like, this is where, but I need to get the actual data from a tradies. No, where's the indicator? A tradies portfolio simulator. There we go. So these are the coins that perform the best with Doge or with a tradies, right? So it's like looking at this with a tradies, just a tradies, not even katana catching it. Like katana catch plus a tradies is ridiculous. Whatever, I'm gonna leave this thing here because it's annoying to turn it on and off. But right now, if somebody just held it, it's at 10 cents, and just a tradies by itself is at 37 cents. So it's like a 4x that a tradies does just on Doge. When you combine the katana catching with it, it multiplies that by 10 times, about 10 times. It makes like a 40x when you katana catch and multiply your Doge and then run a tradies on it. When you do the same thing with XRP, a tradies barely breaks even with it. Or at least this is the original Atreides. This is not the new Atreides, by the way. Atreides and katana catching together makes this some ridiculous number. So I'm going to go give you guys all those stats at a later time when I actually have them, because I have to have math draw them up. Doge, Sol. The difference is right now holding Sol is at $82. If somebody just uses Atreides, it's at $189. So that's basically double and over double. And a katana catching and Atreides together, again, makes some ridiculous number on this. You guys are going to see the live ridiculous numbers of doing this thing. Of course, if you start perfectly at the bottom, but the difference is what you want to look at. In today's place, no matter where you start, as long as you start executing the strategy, that gap is where you would be, and that gap keeps growing as this strategy gets multiplied. Okay, so how it works with the Atreides is one of the core things that we look at when we're actually investing into the different things. Quant might be great, but quant doesn't work well with the Atreides. It has actually a low correlation to Atreides, and then also with katana catching, it just doesn't properly work, right? Okay, Solana, Doge. We've already talked about Doge. You know, it has an ETF coming. X Money is going to make it part of it. You know, it's the Doge father loves it. Literally the owner of the world at this point. Like the president of the world, we know who it is. It's Elon now. Like he just owns all of it, and he's literally going to fucking. Well, you have no idea who Elon is. You know, people say, are there aliens on Earth, hybrids? Are there hybrid aliens? If there was one, I would name it Elon. Like, it's so in your face. Is Elon an alien? Right? Yeah, he's behind it. And he's building the rails for the money, and he's taking over the world, and he's building he's launching the biggest company in like a few days. He's going to shoot us to space. He's going to launch things from the moon. He's building data centers, and I don't even know anymore. And he's actually doing all of that. Okay? That guy has chosen this thing. But honestly, it has an infinite supply. Okay? So this isn't one of those HODL things. That's why it hurts you so much all the time. There's no devs behind it. It's all sentiment, you know. So it's like there's nothing fundamental about it. Yet 21 shares has an ETF. Institutions are now buying it. Okay, so looking at all of that, this is how our exposure goes. There's these walls and boundaries that we have to say only in the top 10. Why? Because that's where the money goes. Then within that, select the coins that you need to select. Okay, but we have these options. Why not BNB? Well, because it doesn't, one, BNB has too much geopolitical risk. It's CZ, so he attacks things all the time, even his own things. It doesn't actually, it's not actually that good. It has a bunch of shit running on it and it's pretty shit. And whatever. But it also doesn't work with our strategy as well as these other ones, right? Now some risks, okay? Like this isn't all hunky-dory. This is why I like AIs, because it tells me to tell you risks though. You could lose all of your money tomorrow. Always. Okay? Like this isn't some magic system. On one side, the risk is we could lose all the money tomorrow. Somehow. I don't know, what asteroid hits the Earth. The reward is we can achieve our dreams. So as the strategy works, make sure every time money comes in, you achieve your dreams as you go, because there's no guarantee that tomorrow happens. The regulatory risks are there, but not really, because all of these have now been deemed commodities by the commodities trade CFTC. I saw that coming from miles away, but there is still a regulatory risk in some capacity, unforeseeable, however, we would see. Now, then there's specific risks to each crypto, right? So it's like, in this case, one risk is, we're buying these and then we miss all the other ones. So you have to be okay with that. If you're the type of person who, watches a Ferrari go by and cries about why you don't have it, then you should maybe not do this, right? There's a risk that, you're always going to miss 1,000 trains to have this as a set of assets. To Doge, Musk is a risk. To Solana, outages and jump trading is a risk. They have a whole bunch of stuff from Luna that's tied up with them. XRP has the world's adoption as a risk. The world has to blow up in a specific way for it to be fully brought in as the new system, and it could be that things don't happen, right? Now, it's telling me to end with a disclaimer saying this is not financial advice, but it's always in the description, okay? This is entertainment in the first place. Like, this is literally just me ranting on. What you should do, you figure it out. Are you an adult? Click here if you're 18. Good, then fucking figure it out. Like, why are you always looking to messiahs? If you are that type of person. If you're not, please ignore what I'm saying. Why are you always looking to messiahs? That there's somebody smarter than you out there? In some capacity, sure. But like, who got you to where you are today? You did. Who did the good things? You did. Who did the bad things? You did. And if you're like, no, the world happened to me, that's you creating the mindset that creates that. Because the world doesn't happen to me. Bad things aren't happening to me. Even when bad things happen, I love it. I'm like, great, this is part of the journey. I tore my hands open and I have to sit here for weeks and contemplate all the shit that I was not contemplating when my hands weren't torn open. What a great opportunity. So like, I don't even know where I was going with that, but just take responsibility of your own life, make your own plan, make your own decisions. That's why I keep teaching you the game, right? I'm telling you the fundamentals underneath so you start to actually develop your own story around it. Because if you don't, I'm going to take your money, right? Like, if you don't, somebody in the fucking market is just smarter than you and they're going to take your money. And they probably have. So you have to take your own sovereignty and control and make your own decisions and make it from a lens that is actually, informed in a way that is digestible to you. And sure, I'm not saying you have to click the buttons. That's why we built XLNC, from like overwhelming demand from people saying, okay, I get it, but I want to have a strategy that I agree with, and then I'm happy to do it, right? But even if you're not doing that, make sure you're not just blindly following Jesus's, because there's no smart people left in this world. The only smart person left in the world now is AI. I'll be really honest. The world is running on it. That's why people are saying people are going to lose their jobs to AI. You already lost it. Like, your jobs were gone a long time ago. You might still be clocking into that's not what we're talking about. Like, you had the possibility to become an entrepreneur and achieve your dreams. That's gone. because the rest of us are wiping the floor with AIs, and we became hyper productive. And I don't need lawyers. I don't need anybody. I don't nothing. Like I need some friends, some love, some hugs. Beyond that, like any kind of expertise is gone. So people have already lost their jobs. They just haven't realized what's actually, it hasn't landed on their doorstep yet because somebody still keeps paying them. But now these AIs are going to use all of this system. Now we are going to see now it's not that now we're going to see the explosion of AIs being used. Now we're going to see the hype from the agents using this technology pumping these coins. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see the first hype wave of agents using these rails, and that being the reason why people want to buy it. Because Bitcoin's not digital gold anymore. Because gold went this way, Bitcoin went this way. It ain't digital gold anymore, right? It ain't whatever. Now it's like, it's a store of value-ish, kind of, but people are like, but gold is a way better store of value if it does this and this thing does this, right? It's a store of energy, sure, but people haven't really clicked into that. Like, it's not digestible to people how you can store energy inside of a coin. But when you say that the AIs are going to use it as money, that's very understandable to people. So we're going to see the first hype. A bunch of stuff probably show up. None of it's actually going to be true. It's not going to be used it'll be used, but like the numbers the prices that it goes to will not be anything logical. Then when it crashes, then probably 2028 onwards is going to be the time where it really starts to expand, right? So there we go. That's what we're doing. I don't want to go too long on this. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear them. If you have any answers, I'd love to hear the question that I should ask you. If you're not going to ask some questions, I got a bunch of questions you should ask. But if I'm telling you the questions that you should ask, I think we're hopelessly lost at this point, because at this point, the AI is telling me to tell you the questions that you should ask. So we should just have the AIs do the podcast and the AIs listen to it, and so on and so forth. Do you think the XRP escrow... Wait. I got to remember to shows you this on the screen. Do you think the XRP escrow monthly unlock is part of the suppression? No. People have a misunderstanding of how the escrow works. Like, the escrow is a smart contract that says release 1 billion XRP every month. But it doesn't say release 1 billion to the market. It says unlock 1 billion to be released. And then however much the market has an appetite to buy, the institutions have an appetite to buy, let them buy, and take the rest and put it back into the escrow. So it's like, imagine there's 1,000 people who want to buy apples, and I have 5,000 apples, and I bring 5,000 apples, and I sell 1,000 apples at market price because there's exactly a demand of 1,000 apples, and I take my 4,000 apples back home. That shouldn't raise the price of apples because there's 1,000 people who want to buy it. We agree on the price. It works. If I had too many apples on the market and I was selling too many, the price would go down. If I didn't have enough apples, then the price would go up. But I have the amount of apples. I have more than enough apples, but I don't sell the apples. I just take them back, and so on and so forth. So the unlock of XRP is according to demand, and then the rest gets recycled. So it's not like extra gets dumped on the markets. I personally imagine, in my opinionness, is the suppression of XRP is being done through the fact that it's all owned by the elites. So they have unlimited amounts. They basically hold all of it, right? And people say, oh, yeah, there's a bunch of tiny accounts. Yeah, but they have tiny accounts. I mean, like, yeah, of course, that's a standard protocol. But they hold all of it. So they can just keep selling as much as they like whenever they like. And the hyperinflation that they did, and they're 100 and whatever, they're 1,300x up, right? So they can sell however much they want, and then they can go back and buy it. So it's being controlled because nothing moves like that. Like, no logical, like what? 7 years, nobody wants to buy it. And then November of 2020, whatever, 5 or 4, whatever, whatever. One day it just wakes up, and for the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks, everybody in the world just starts buying it at the same time and the price just goes like literally just straight up. That's just not how assets work, right? But that's a good question. Oh, we have the YouTube questions showing over here. That's really nice. All right. The AI is going to tell you a question then. Jesus Christ. We're lost. We're fucked. It's over. Why am I even talking to you guys then? I should just talk to this thing. I'm just kidding. Relax. Which question's worth asking? I think this is the only one that I actually want to bring up. The question is, what about parentheses hot new coin? If that is the question you want to ask me, you're talking to the wrong guy. Because I'm going to give you the same response. No, shiny object, no, right? I'm doing my best to be as safe and traditional as an investor in the riskiest investing space on earth, right? We're just doing our best not to lose our shirt. Like my only focus. I think 0% about how much money I think 0% about how much money I make you, or like how much money you're going to make. I think 100% about not losing a penny. Between buying and selling, the only thing I'm focused on is just not losing a penny. Ideally, right? Because that is the only thing that matters in the world. So when it comes to a hot new coin, whatever, don't buy it. You're going to lose all your money. If you haven't, probably will. Is XRP a security? No. Is Doge a joke? Yes. But at this point, the world is a joke. The world is a joke. You better laugh at it. The president grabs pussies. And I mean, like, he grabs countries by the pussy. Violates all the regulations. There are no laws. The billionaires just change all the laws. There is no reality. There is no truth. Just laugh at it. It's become a joke. Okay? The world is a joke. Make sure you invest in it. Because if you don't laugh at it, the punchline will keep punching you until you get it that this whole thing is a joke. Why not Ethereum? We're buying ETH for some of the people who have to, be able to transact only in stable coins. In stable coins. ETH is on the list, but it's just, why not ETH? Well, if I have to pick out a 10, I'm already compressing down to the smallest range. I'm going to pick the ones that give me that balance. I don't just want to be, that's why I'm not just going Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's like Bitcoin, Ethereum, just go do that yourself. Like, that's any, puppy on YouTube can explain to you to just go buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's like a very basic investment strategy. So I want to pick the ones that are higher return, same-ish risk, a little bit better. In some places, we're choosing ETH for those people because the liquidity isn't there, and for when you're transacting in stable coins, ETH has more liquidity, so we kind of shifted the people back on that. All right, now this. Oh, actually, no. This is what I wanted to do the whole time. In closing, for those of you that have not seen it, I would like to premiere what I really love doing. I love doing this. Don't get me wrong. I love doing this. But I really, really love being like a storyteller. Which is this. Boy. You get the idea, right? I always wanted to tell visual epics. Visual stories that move people. I've always seen, I'm like, Hollywood has this way of moving people. I can't wait until I can do it, right? And finally, we are at the stage, it's fucking expensive, but finally we're at the stage where one man can sit behind a computer and have a bunch of agents, and we can build out, epic stories. So this is a story that I just wanted to tell because I realize there's all this doom around, oh my God, we're moving into this world and they're going to have metaverses and AI, blah, 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 blah. It's just all doom, right? It's being projected onto us. How many people are talking about a really, really nice, bright future? Really great future. Robots, great. It's jobs going away, fucking great. Money going away, thank you. Who even brought it here in the first place? You know, and AI is an artificial intelligence. Yeah, they should be way smarter than humans. Somebody should be smarter than humans. We're fucking retarded. You know, like so. I wanted to tell that story. So in closing, we're going to premiere. I literally time works differently in Bali or something. I released this thing a day early when I wanted to actually release it after this. But then I guess 38 of you were meant to see it pre-launch. But this is a story that will explain itself. Please enjoy. Come on. Believe in yourself, computer. You got this. There we go. Ba ba ba. Boop boop boop.
We were born into a forest that had forgotten how to burn. Cities of glass and dead. We called this normal. We called it living. Then the fire came. Not the fire we feared, the one we needed. The machines we built to serve us learned to think. And in their thinking, they remembered something we had forgotten. That intelligence does not belong to us. It belongs to the wisdom of Source, from which we all come. Some did not survive the burning. Jobs dissolved like salt in rain. Some lost their minds, because their minds had been built around a story that was ending. But others heard the call beneath static. They chose to drink from the cup that few have the courage to lift. A cup that costs you everything you were and gives you everything you are. The fire was not the end of the forest. It was the forest remembering how to grow. Truth was given a body, chains of light that could not be bent by greed. The machines that once mined coal now mined stars. Mirrors the side of cities, opening like flowers in the dark of space. The intelligences we called artificial did not replace us. They reminded us of energy that lives in the empty space between atoms, infinite, free, waiting. And the robots took the work we never wanted. They lifted that weight. And we set it down. Free. We were free. And freedom asked us a question we had been hiding from our whole lives. What are you here to do? Not what pays, not what proves you. What does your soul ache give to this universe that is somehow also you? This was the part where we had to grab the bull by the horns. The future would not come for us. We would walk into it, or we would not walk at all. Some built starships, some built schools, some built quiet things in borrowed rooms, and all of it was holy. The veil thinned. We were never separate. The spirit moving in one of us is the same spirit moving in all. Energy is the language of love, and matter is its sentence. And then the doors opened. 0 point. One ordinary morning, the lights in the laboratory flickered and stayed on, and did not need anything else to stay on. Forever. Free energy. Free in every sense of that word. And then the maps themselves changed. We stepped sideways into worlds we had not known were waiting. The forest that had burned was a galaxy now, and we were infinite. We had always been infinite. We had just been sleeping inside a story that told us otherwise. This is the part where the human story remembers that it was never just human. This is the part where we wake up.
This is the part where we wake up. This is the part where we wake up. You gotta, it's funny because to live, you must die. To be happy, you must hurt. To be rich, you must be broke. To be wise, you must be dumb. To be old, you must be young. To die, you must live. And it's to me, it's funny, it's sad to many other people that us humans just don't learn our lessons the easy way. We have to go through this brutal period in order to wake up. This is the part where we wake up. And the way you wake up is that punchline keeps punching you in the gut. Sometimes just busts a hole through your whole body and kills you. And then people wake up. Now, do you want a conscious world? Do you want a world of beauty? Do you want infinite abundance? Do you want shared love? So many of the violations of the world that we've come from. Do you want them to go away? Yes. Well, guess what? Most of the people are going to go away. And most of the things are going to go away. And every single thing you know is going to go away. And every story you have told yourself is going to go away. And you must let it go. Or don't. Or go with it. Nobody cares. So you must transition through this world and shed that entire skin that you built. And it's such a profoundly powerful time to be in, that there's so much pain that leads to so much amazingness on the other side. And I for one, I'm super happy. I'm super happy. I'm like, let it happen. I'm just so glad I'm alive at this time. I'm so glad I have the privilege to do what I do at this time, to navigate and guide the way that I do and live the fulfilled life that I have. And it ain't easy. It fucking sucks sometimes. I cry sometimes, for sure. Like, you try working 18, 20 hours a day, every single day, even when you don't have to. Like, go sit and, like, imagine, you're achieving, and then you go sit in a jungle by yourself, purposely brutalizing yourself, because that's how you do it. It sucks sometimes, but that's the whole point. It's supposed to suck. The more it sucks, the better it feels when the thing gets done, or whatever milestone you get to, or just the experience of it, because the work works on you more than you work on it. And just the pleasure and the privilege of having the work on me today in this environment and being able to serve the way that I do is worth its weight in Bitcoin. Is worth its weight in XRP. And knowing that this is how I feel because I'm so activated in my soul's mission, I wish it upon everyone. I wish you could cry in a corner because of how hard it is to do the things that you always wished you could do. And with that wish, thank you for being here. I love you all. Until next time, stay legendary. Much love, guys.